Yo, what's up? We're now sitting in Polestar 2 long range what's it called? Rear drive? Yeah, single motor LRSM. Yeah, it's called the new one, the new shit, the 82 kilowatt hour per hour, horsepower hour. No, but anyway, so today I want to talk about an interesting topic. We have yet another 4K chat here. Yeah, why not? A 4K TED Talk. But today's topic is going to be about paid content. Interesting. So the whole we are also live streaming. I'm doing a Sunday driving now, but I touched into this topic because recently a company, which I will not say the name of, approached me and asked me if I want to join in some video production. So they will have a film team. I just joined. They chose me because I'm a great name in the EV community, and they would love to have me in the content, right? So they will have a film crew, and I guess they will have their own editor, and I will just be there as the actor, kind of, right? And they're gonna film some promotional stuff for that brand. It's a big known brand, an automotive brand, and initially, immediately I say no, because usually that's against my own policy, right? But then they were like, okay, but can you please reconsider it? You know, we would love to have you in the team. You're a big name in the EV community. I was like, okay, let me think about this. And then many weeks passed, and and then I didn't hear anything, or they didn't bug me about it. And then, just as a coincidence, I had a little bit of some financial problem with the house and stuff, and I was thinking, okay, you know what? I nøden spiser fan fluer. Okay, maybe we can consider it again. That the paid content. I mean, what do they want me for? And then, am I supposed to be some kind of actor, or can I at least make my own content, my own opinions about things, right? But because you know my channel, you know, I have value independency very high. And that's why people love my channel, even though it's not that big. But maybe my own stubbornness limits my growth of the channel. I don't know. But so I messaged back after several weeks, and I asked them again. Okay, so because they mentioned that, you know, of course you're gonna get paid for this, but it might be spanning over several days, maybe 1-2 sleepovers, and we have to travel somewhere. And back again, but they will of course pay for all the expenses, but they still want to pay me for the job I do, and then the name, the brand that I have. So I asked them, so what kind of ballpark are we talking about here anyway, in terms of payment? And they responded that, well, unfortunately, the time has passed, and it's not possible anymore. They couldn't wait for me, so they had to take someone else instead. And I was like, okay, fine. But they mentioned that they had a budget of around 17,000 euros. I was like, holy macaroni, huh? They were actually willing. That's roughly 200,000 NOK. So they had 17,000 euros they could pay me, plus the expenses for airplane and film crew and the production. So I'm like, damn. Well, I mean, I'm flattered. I'm actually quite flattered that I'm actually worth that much today, even though my channel is not that big. But that got me thinking, what kind of content do I want to make? I mean, do I want to be paid to say something? Okay, let's be honest. If there was there are some cars that are obviously not that great. For example, the Lexus UX 300e is not good. I tested it, and I was being honest. You know, it charges slow, it's noisy, it lacks even navigation. It's not that great. So I was being honest on that review. Toyota probably saw it. But if, for example, Lexus would approach me and say, hey, I'm gonna pay you 17,000 euros, but you have to only say nice things about the new Lexus 300e that still has Chademo, they just have a bigger battery, you know, would I take the money? No. That goes against my policy. But on the other hand, I started thinking, but if there's other brands that actually makes great cars that comes to me and say, yeah, we want to pay you. I'm already saying great things about those brands in my own channel. So would that make any difference if they put me in their own car and they have their own camera crew? And well, the difference is that they will then edit the videos themselves. They can edit out stuff that they don't like, that I say, for example. Yeah, true. But if I mostly have nice things to say, and if the negative things are just, you know, not that important anyway, like bagatelle, what they call it, then maybe no big deal. Basically means that what I would say via my own channel, more or less the same would be said via that big channel or that promotional video, but it will have high value because they can make it more professional. Yeah, you know, it looks nice, and they post it. They then own the video material, and they can use it for promotional stuff, which has great value for them, and that they have the strong Teslabjorn name behind it, right? Then, to me though, it shouldn't matter. I shouldn't lose credibility for that one, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but okay, the opportunity has passed, yeah, unfortunately. But at least it was very insightful for me to see what some companies are willing to pay, because I have been approached, I've been contacted many times by they usually don't contact me directly. They usually use a middleman, or I mean they use another company to do this communication for them. They outsource it. But usually those guys who contact me, they are some kind of automotive company, and they offer me money, and they want me to make videos for them. That's usually how it is. They don't have a film crew, but I have to make the videos for them. But they will then have some guidelines, some ideas maybe, or even some, yeah, like I have been in some similar projects before. And usually what happens is that I make the video, but they will then review the video first. And also they give me feedback, and they actually come with requests, like, can you delete that part? Can you change a little bit wording on that one? So then I'm like, then it's not Teslabjorn, or at least it's Teslabjorn, but with a little bit of filtering out and editing, and you know. So, but when you watch my video, like when I borrow even a Toyota BZ, or yeah, okay, I don't want to shit too much on Toyota, but like, okay, or like when I borrow that Maxus Ioniq 5, it was not a good car. It was expensive. It was not a good car. I could say whatever I like, and Maxus didn't tell me afterwards that you will not get to borrow another car from us anymore. No, you know, and same with Toyota, you know, and they're fine, yeah. Oh, but okay, I'm not sure about this, but we're touching into some other topics here, but sometimes I wonder if Porsche, for example, yeah, I'm trolling, I know it's Porsche, but if Porsche intentionally avoids lending Taycan to me because they are afraid that I will find flaws with the cars, I don't know. Or they just have a sloppy PR management bureau. That could also be the case, because when it comes to Maxus, previously it was a little bit hard for me to borrow Maxus. I don't know why. They would be slow responding to email, but suddenly when they got a new employee there who was in response for the PR, then it's way easier. You guys saw it recently. Well, it was Maxus with a pickup truck, but also they are in similar group anyway, BYD. You know, BYD out of 3. They even arranged a BYD without the LED bar for me, and they even make sure that it was at 40% state of charge or shit like that. So I think this is more dependent on who is in charge, because think about this. You guys might not know this, but in 2017, or actually 2016, that's 7 years ago, I emailed Hyundai, and I wanted to borrow the Hyundai Ioniq back then, a classic Ioniq. I wanted to borrow it. I saw the review on Fully Charged, and I was like, ooh, this looks great, man. There was a little bit of useful information there in the video. It seems to be efficient, but I need to find out more, dig deeper. And I contacted Hyundai, and they were skeptic. They were like, but your name is Teslabjorn. And I said, yeah, but back then I already started testing other cars also, but I wasn't that widely known to be a general EV tester. It was mostly Teslabjorn, Tesla, you know, videos. So they were actually skeptic, or at least that guy who was the PR manager. He was skeptic, and he even suggested that I could change my name to something else than Teslabjorn. But my official name, channel name, has always been Bjørn Nyland. The Teslabjorn is just a nickname anyway. But okay, by the end of the day, they did not lend me an Ioniq until some fan guy lent me an Ioniq. Yeah, and then I praised it because it was awesome back then compared to all the other shitty cars out there. But after they changed leadership and another guy was put in place, then it was way easier to get press cars from Hyundai. And you guys know the rest of the story. So anyway, okay, so that was a little bit side step, but back to the whole paid content. So the whole idea is that I want to make my own opinions about things. I want to experience. I mean, they can tell me if what they want. They can tell me that this car is like that. You remember to test this one, and yeah, if you don't find that one in the, for example, the preheating in the Kia EV6, right? Yeah, it's clumsy. You can't click and navigate to the charger. You have to do this complicated point of interest, find the charging station, blah blah blah, and then it will preheat for you. I'm like, are you serious? Okay, well, okay, I will, yeah. And then, but at least, okay, if they just help me by that way, yeah. But you know, I don't want to be lectured about what to say and what not to say about the car. I want to find it out myself. But of course, the information I deliver, I want it to be as accurate as possible. So if I try to navigate to a fast charger and it doesn't preheat, and I say, man, this car is shit, it's buggy, well, it was because I didn't do it exactly as the stupid system required me to do. So yeah, in that regard, yeah, if they just give me some guidelines, then yeah. But by the end of the day, if I lie about something, if I was paid to say that the new Lexus UX300E is wonderful, it has chargeable, it charges wonderfully fast, it's comfortable, it's quiet, you know, but it isn't. People are gonna find out. They will find out about bullshitting. So my channel wouldn't survive for too long, or it might actually. The funny thing is that the channel might still survive for a long time. It's just that it gets a bad name, and then yeah. But I don't want to develop my channel into that direction. So that's why I've been stubborn about receiving money. But I realized that at one point I might want to receive money. It depends, right? I have a friend, his name was Gage. Yeah, he had some stuff, he had some insight and stuff, and I asked him also. He was the one telling me that, you know, if you hold a conference, if you have a speech, you need to name your price. I was like, huh, really? But that was a long time ago when I was way smaller. I had less than 100,000 subscribers. But he said, yeah, you know, you can easily charge 50,000, like almost 5,000 euros just to hold a speech. I'm like, huh? That much? Huh? Well, now I start to understand when this company I mentioned here wants to pay me 17,000 euros just for me to sit in the car and talk about how great the car is. So then 5,000 euro is just pocket money. But we need to look at the whole context here, because if I've had some speeches in the past. For example, many years ago, I think this was more like 6 or 7 years ago, I went to Belgium. I don't remember, was it Antwerp or something? But I went to Belgium somewhere, and I was there on the stage and had a speech about Tesla or something. It was Tesla World. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was in 2016 or 17. So the organizers there invited me over there. They paid for my flight ticket, for the hotel, and all that stuff, right? But they never paid me for the actual speech. But I never required anything. They never asked me, you know. But I think now that my channel has grown big, then it is fair and square for me to request money for example, if there would be let's say some motor expo, right, in Germany, right? Electric, yeah, like what was it called again? The IAA in Germany. If they, for some reason, if one day they approach me and say, hey, we want you to be a speaker about the electric mobility in Norway, and then we can offer you 5,000 euros, right? It's a 1-hour speech. Would I take it? Hell yeah. Because, I mean, we have to look at what am I talking about? Am I supposed to praise, if Ioniq pays me to praise them, say that Ioniq is the best charging network, but we know that Tesla supercharger is bigger, you know, then that's wrong. But if I'm just there to on the stage to talk about electric mobility, something neutral, or they want me to tell my story about how I have become this YouTuber, then it's my own words, and I'm not trying to sell something specific, or I'm not trying to sell that company. I mean, sell something for that company, right? They are actually buying me. They're buying the name, so they can put it on the advertisement that Teslabjorn is coming to have a speech at IAA. You know, be there, and then they can then sell more tickets, so people will be there. So then that actually makes perfect sense. But when I asked my friend Geir about what about I had a podcast. Yeah, I think it was Finansavisen. They invited me to have a podcast. I was like, wait, but that means I need to spend the time. Yeah, we had to have a little meeting, video call, and then I had to drive down there to the studio, and then stay there on the back. So it cost me probably, time-wise, maybe 4 or 5 hours. But should I charge for it? And he said, no, you should just go have your podcast on, for free. But if you prepare a speech, like I have to prepare a speech, I have to rehearse it, I have to figure out what to say, I have to make a script, and then go to some stage, some event, you know, that could be maybe 10 hours total. And then it's fair and square that I charge 500 euros per hour, and then minus taxes, I'm left with 300 euros per hour. So, but okay, but when we talk about paid content, what about sponsors? Because for the longest time I did not want sponsors, but now we see that, I mean, sponsors seems to be widely accepted many places, and also in my channel. So I have Kempower, I have Marcus Bill, right? So I mean, does that make it a problem? Well, I mean, everyone else has it, right? And as long as my content does not become colored by my sponsors, then does that become a problem? So think about this. I'm making videos about cars, like this Polestar 2 I'm driving now. Polestar is not paying me anything. They provide me a car for free, which is great because then I can do my test. They pay for toll road. I borrow the car for free, so I don't have any expenses there. But they never pay me, you know. And this is very common across the car industry. All other YouTubers or like other places like VG, journalists, influencers, they can borrow press cars for free. But does it matter that Marcus Bill is paying me and that Kempower is paying me? Is that gonna change my review about this Polestar? No, it doesn't, right? So that's why it makes perfect sense for me to have Kempower. And basically my sponsors in the beginning of the video, they are just buying 5 seconds of advertisement space, and people who click into this Polestar video in the future, they are interested in the Polestar, and they just get a little bit of other stuff punched in the face. Yeah, the Kempower and stuff like that about the route planner, and then yeah, and so that's what that part, sponsors, I think works great. But then where do I draw the line when it comes to other paid content? So yeah, I think I need to consider this next time. If there is something they invite me to and they want to pay me to be in something, I think I need to consider every case. But I want to bring this up to you guys because as a YouTuber, especially once you grow bigger and bigger, there will suddenly be more and more opportunities for you, right? I mean, we have seen it in every channel. Like there's people trying to sell your shit. Like there's one thing I will not do, and I've seen many people do, but it's fairly widely accepted, which is to have like an ad break in the middle of the video. Yeah, it's very common to have that. You just have an ad break, and then you like, I'm in the middle of this one, for example. In the middle of this video, you're listening, you know, have a good flow, and then suddenly be like, yeah, and then wow, I'm getting hungry. So let me talk a little bit about my sponsor, Circle K. Oh no, Yuffs, yeah, Yuffs, man. They have the best burger in the world. They are so juicy. They make your cholesterol go through the roof, but that doesn't matter because you only live once. You YOLO it and you eat that Yuffs burger. That fat is just, shit. It's better to die happy young rather than to die a painful death and not enjoy your life. So just go for Yuffs, you know, some shit like that, right? And if you use my code, you can get 15% off your next order on Yuffs. Yeah, and then we continue with the rest of the chat. I mean, the rest of the video. That part is very common. I am personally against it, but also I understand that YouTubers, they need to make money, and they might not necessarily make money on other stuff, right? So by the end of the day, if you think about this, traditionally, when you read a newspaper or I don't know, somewhere else, right? When you watch something that has been, some content that has been created, someone paid for that. I mean, someone, if you're listening to a CD, wait, what the heck is a CD? It's compact disc. But if you're listening to music, someone worked hard, maybe, to make that music. And then you have to pay the price when you buy that CD, which is fair and square, right? But then eventually we have now Spotify, and then of course, when you copy illegally the CD, you know, you wouldn't download a car, would you? Oh shit, you know, you wouldn't steal a car. Yeah, so then it becomes stealing. Yeah, okay, and all that, you know, the software also. Yeah, so basically you have to pay. I mean, traditionally, you have to pay for content, or you have to pay for something that someone made, a program. I mean, like a software program, right? Or I don't know, a movie, or you know, and also technically, I'm spending time and money making my videos, my YouTube videos. But you can actually watch it for free on YouTube. That's how it is nowadays. But you can also read on websites, news or whatever, right? But like Electra or something, like an example, Electric. But then they have ads there. So that's their way of getting paid for the job they do. But the thing is that as long as who is paying you does not dictate what the content is, then that's not the problem. Yeah, I'm not sure if I worded it right, but you know, I was thinking that company who approached me and wanted me to join their video team for content, like, I was thinking, you know, 200,000 NOK. That's the value. I could have saved Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I could have, like, if I went for that job, I would be away from my family for maybe 2-3 days. But I could have saved Millennium Falcon, and I would have gotten that money, and we could have paid the house for it. Yeah. But then I might make a video that will always be remembered. That company would use that video, promotional video, and say, oh, Teslabjorn here, he has so much good things to say about our car. You know, he loves it. And everyone would know that that is paid content. Right? Yeah. But then it would actually be better if the community was helping me instead. That's basically what happened. I have to also try to defend myself here, but oh shit, I didn't see that one. Wow, nice. Oh, nice suspension. I didn't feel it that much. But yeah, I made a video a couple of days ago about the house update. and that the house situation was not that the greatest. Wait, I need to lower the fan speed a little bit. Yeah, but I made a video about that one. I had to just kind of vent out my frustration that I might not get the house. I'm not sure. I'm in a little bit deep financial crisis. Things went way over budget. But the main topic, or that news was already out for a while. The live stream people already heard me several days ago complaining about that part. But the other news was that my wife was pregnant again, so we will hopefully get our second child soon, next year. But that was the great news I want to bring out. So I just gonna bundle them together in one video, and I posted it. I was happy to announce the great news, but then also the sad news that I have to sell Millennium Falcon. And then, strangely enough, almost nobody mentioned Millennium Falcon, but it was just a massive amount of donations pouring in. But let me again remind you guys that I did not make that video. Oh shit. I did not make that video to beg for money, because that's not my way of doing it. I never begged anyone for anything. My philosophy is to make videos. You know, I heard about this in a movie or something, unconditional love. My unconditional love for Isabel, and unconditional love for my wife, Amory, is that I will give them anything, and I don't expect anything in return. And the same thing goes for my videos, is that I will make the video because I love making videos, and then of course I will make it will pay off with YouTube revenues, and then eventually also with sponsors. But at least when it comes to my viewers, I don't expect my viewers to support me on Patreon or donate money to me. But of course, if they do, that's nice. I am grateful. And that was the massive donation spree on YouTube after that video. There was it was just insane amounts of people donating money to me. Many people felt bad because there was some guy, he used ad blocker for the longest time, and he'd been watching my video, and he probably realized that, okay, I created content, and it's fair and square that by using ad blocker, he will actually watch my content for free. So technically it would be almost as if he would copy a CD, but it's not correctly, but you know, like that kind of ish, but no, it's not directly the same, but in a way, right? Because he will be enjoying my content without giving me that tiny little reward that I should get from the ad revenue, right? But fair and square. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm not gonna say, you know, my viewers, you guys who watch me with ad blocker, you suck because you don't support my work, you know. And also, I will never put content behind paywall. I want my content to be publicly available, you know. And also, this is why I don't want to have any membership. When, oh, if you are a member, you will get early access to my content, or you can get the OnlyFans Bjørn butt naked or something like that. No, I just want everyone will be able to access my videos regardless. And then if you want to tip me, then I appreciate it. And I have to say, big thank you to, oh, there's been flooding here, shit. Thank you so much, guys, for what you have done. Actually, a couple of days ago, when people donated money to me, I actually cried, because I was just, I don't know, I was very frustrated about the house. I was also mad at myself for spending too much money. Yeah, I also have to admit that part. Like, I bought the freaking business class ticket, you know. Like, I was, in the past, I was not that rich. I used to live, I used to get around 2,500 euros per month, yeah, in salary when I work as an office rat. But then, and then even after I went full YouTuber, I also didn't make that much money in the beginning. It was hard work, but after many years, after me using my brain, thinking new, trying to be smart, work harder, my income has gone, you know, been way better. Yeah, way above. Like, to put it that way, you know, I'm making more money today than the top boss at that office or at that that governmental whatever place I used to work at, right? I make way more money than him. Okay, I don't want to brag too much, but I'm just saying that with hard work, you can achieve lots of things, but it doesn't come that easy. And you have to be consistent, and you just, you know, yeah. But that had also a bad side, because it was like Luxusfällen, you know. Suddenly I had more money than I had before. Like, whoa, shit! I could buy stuff. I bought some Dyson. Yeah, you know. Yeah, we went on some trips to the Arctic Circle. I mean, we went on trip to Lapland. We spent time. We slept over at the ice hotel. Oh, it was freaking expensive, but I could afford it. Yeah, but eventually I spent a little bit too much, more than I had, and that, yeah. So I realize now that I need to just, you know, not spend too much or plan better ahead. So I've learned it. Yeah. I mean, for many people, even my mom was yelling at me like, "Bjørn, you're just showing off, staying at 5-star hotel and stuff." I'm like, well, but I want to live, man. I want to, you know. Okay. I will try to moderate myself. Yeah, but yeah. So back to the point then. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping a little bit back and forth. This is the whole beauty and charm of unscripted chat. But yeah, but I am super grateful that you guys support me. You have no idea, man. Yeah, sometimes I almost feel bad, but it's just that for most people, they just donate just a little bit. So back to the whole thing about the big company that could have given me 200,000 NOK. Well, right now it is crazy. I think we're getting close to maybe 15,000-20,000 euros in donations combined here now. But there's one thing though, a little party pooper here. YouTube takes 30% cut on super chat. Super thanks. Yeah, that's what they call it. Super thanks. If you guys donated me money via Patreon, or even better, the Streamlabs link, which goes directly to my PayPal account, then the cut is lower. And even if you want no cut, you have to be Norwegian, and you can Vips me directly, but you need to know my phone number, and I don't want that. But that whole video there was not for begging. The first video, there was one guy who complained about this. He was bitching about this, but everyone else, they saw the positive part, that I was announcing wifey's pregnancy. Oh, you're gonna have another baby. I hope it's gonna be a girl. But yeah, so what was my point? So in a way, it is way better that my community supports me via Patreon on a regular basis, or donates money to me on YouTube, super thanks, or donate money via my live stream. Because then the community is supporting my work, not one company. Because if I then say something not nice about this Polestar, yeah, it's still noisy, by the way. This Polestar, they made improvements in the drivetrain and in the power department, and it charges way fast now. It's freaking wonderful, but it's still noisy. But you see, then I feel like I can say it, because it's my community, it's the whole community that supports me. But if Polestar paid me a lot of money, and I say that, well, this is great, but it's still noisy and still cramped here. It's still, yeah, this plastic piece here. What the heck is this shit, man? They should open up more, right? Is this supposed to be some pure platform, pure EV platform? It's a bit disappointing in the space. I feel like I can't say that if they give me 17,000 euros, right? That was just an example. So, yeah, so in a way, community-based support is better, right? Yeah, so I touched into lots of topics today, but yeah, just want to give you guys some insight in how it is as a YouTuber. And since we are into yeah, money and stuff like this, I can tell you that how do I make money? That's something some people don't understand. Well, I make money because you're watching this video, and there might be some ads in the beginning and during the video that you have to watch through. And I think I even turn on more or less the maximum possible ad. And there's always the balance, because if you have too many ads, people might not like that. But if you have too few ads, then you make less money. Yeah, but at least I have it switched on the maximum amount of ads for the longest time, and people doesn't seem to care or complain about it. And yeah, and also the number of ads is also automatically inserted, the ad breaks. So it's just YouTube algorithm trying to figure out what is the best. Yeah. But okay, so I make money from YouTube, and then the YouTube revenue, YouTube takes 30% cut. So that one is paid to me on monthly basis. And I also make money from my sponsors. Some sponsors give me a fixed amount of money per month, just for showing that logo in the beginning. But then some other sponsors, I get the commission via when you use the link, the ABRP planner, and you buy those premium account thing, premium. Yeah, I get a part of that. And the same for Stollenberg and also Bilkomponenter. So yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, right? I need to get paid. I mean, some people wonder, why do you need that much money? Well, I wish I had even more money, because if I had more money, I would hire another dude. I have so many ideas, man. I can make some cool test races side by side. I think, yeah, 2 cars driving together could be very interesting. We have seen in the past with Powell. Eventually, I actually want to hire Powell as, I want to pay him. I want to reward him for joining me on some races and some tests. But I know that he then needs to be away from his family. He has kids, you know, wife, yeah. His wife is Siri. It's kind of funny. He'd be like, hey Siri, what's the time now? No, but so I know that he loves driving, Powell. So I want to reward him for joining me on the drive. But like, we went to Arctic Circle together. He loved every minute, man. And of course I paid for the expenses he had. I took that on my own company expense. But in the future I want to take all his expenses and also pay him for the stuff. And then as a bonus, if we get donations during the live stream, the race, for example, I've been splitting it half and half, like brothers. So sometimes we got actually several thousand NOK or several hundred euros in donation, and he got half the money. Even though I split it like that, but even though I actually had to pay tax for that, yeah. But he gets the half before the tax stuff. But so what I'm saying is that I would love to have more money, because if I have more money, it will open up for plenty of possibilities. Like, I would love to buy cars and test them and then sell them. And I would of course take the losses, but it will be a company asset. I think I mentioned this before. It sounds like deja vu. And then as for the house, yeah, some people ask me, oh, well, swimming pool, do you need a swimming pool? Sell the swimming pool. First of all, you can't just, one does not simply sell a swimming pool once it's placed down there. And I mean, do I need a swimming pool? No. Do I want the swimming pool? Yes. I felt like I needed to treat myself, and actually the swimming pool was a tipping point. It was one way to convince my wife to buy that place, because initially she wanted to live near Fetsund, and that location at Fetsund, I wasn't convinced about it. It was too far away from the highway. It was in a weird location. It looked, I mean, it's a nice neighborhood, all that, but I want to go big or go home. The other place had around 500, I think it was, yeah, around 500 square meter lot. This one is over 1,000 square meter lot. And that other house was 180 square meter area. But this one, the new Yesheim house now is 285 square meters, way bigger. So I figured that once I expand, just go big. And now we see, we might be 4 in the family soon, right? So we need space, and I want to grow big in that space. And also, by having that new house and that location, I will then have better charging capabilities there. I will have 11 kilowatt or maybe even faster charging there. I will have a garage I can use as a studio. So even if it's raining or snowing or it's dark outside or if it's sunny, I can film in there with perfect light condition and perfect temperature weather. And I have way more parking spots in front of the house with all the cars I'll be shuffling in and out. And eventually one day, if I hire someone, we need more space, we need more cars, and we need more charging spots. So the house, the new house, is perfect for my business. Yeah, so that's how. And also, okay, I need to tell you guys. I mean, we ikke skyt bjørn for skinnet skutt. No wait, what was it? Ikke selg skinnet for bjørn skutt. Yeah, don't sell the skin before the bear is shot. That it's perfect for me. You know, bjørn means bear. No, but I had a meeting with. There's some good news. Hopefully, I had a meeting with Idéhus today, and okay, they didn't say it directly, but from my wording, it feels like they're gonna take some responsibility, I think, because they probably know that they caused 1 year delay, which put me in an economical bad shape. So they will do whatever they can, and at least Viggo from Idéhus, he is super nice. He said that, you know, don't worry, you will get your house. You know, we will finish it and you will get your house. I was like, oh, I mean, well, I hope it's true. I think, who knows what's gonna show up soon, but we think we have counted all the costs now and so on. And with a big support from you guys, that is also massive. I will make a follow-up video in a couple of days, because those super thanks, they will actually show up in my analyzer tool, but it takes 2 days. It has 2-day delay. I will make a video and I will be open about it. How much did we actually pull in there? But this was never intended to be some kind of fundraiser or something. You know, there was one guy, he was being a bit sarcastic and said, yeah, why don't you make a fundraiser to save Teslabjorn's house? I was like, dude, I'm happy that I will have another kid soon, and he's kind of yelling at me. Yeah, but okay, sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, but what I'm saying is that I presented all this for Idéhus. I even had an idea. I said that I can promote you guys. You know, I have a big channel. I can promote Idéhus. 15% of my viewers are Norwegians, and my viewers, 97% are men, and there are some ladyboys in there. And then my viewers are roughly mostly 35 to 45 years old. They are perfect for buying a house from Idéhus, right? So if they can just sell a couple of houses because of my promotion, that would be worth it. But they didn't seem too interested. Or I think the problem is that they don't know the value of it. But I know, I've seen it. When every time I send the commission bill, bilkomponenter and about the route planner, they are my biggest income sources from the commission. Every time I send them bills, I see that this shit works. You know, they see the link and they see the advertisement at the beginning, and people actually use those links. So yeah, I could probably have charged Idéhus 5,000 to 10,000 euros for, let's say, 1 year advertisement. And the beauty about this is that my advertisement, it sticks there forever. So even if there's a very popular video that is viewed in 5 years, the advertisement is still there. But some billboard or something, or TV, radio advertisement, once the advertisement period is over, then it's over. Then you don't have any exposure anymore. But okay, but at least Idéhus says that, you know, they're gonna make this work. And when I talked to the bank, I said, yeah, we found some more funds, and we're gonna sell the car, and yeah, we will. And she was also positive. She never said, you know, this is too much, I'm pulling out, I'm gonna take the house. No, she is also willing to make this happen. So yeah, but like I said, I'm not gonna celebrate until we have the keys and everything is all right. But according to Idéhus, they say that they will finish the house in mid October. they say. Yeah, and then we have to be out of the old house by 1st of November. So that's, I have roughly 1 to 2 weeks to move, but okay, whatever. I'll do it. I'm a hard worker. I need to borrow a big van. I'm not sure which one. I might want to borrow, I'm not sure if I want to use trailer, but a van is good enough. Maybe I can ask Volkswagen for some ID bus cargo. Yeah, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe I want to go for something bigger like the e-Crafter, but that thing is gonna rapid gate and it has short range. But at least ID bus cargo should do the work. Just have to drive a little bit back and forth, and that'll be fine. Yeah, EQV. Oh no, they mentioned EQV in the live stream, but EQV is the passenger version. You have to make it's the EV class something electric. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, that one will also be good. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this is also a good opportunity for me to promote a van. You know, I have to always see the opportunities. Yeah. So but yeah, interesting. So far so good. Yeah. I have to again say big thank you to you guys for helping me. It means a ton to me that you guys donate to me. I have no words, man. I'm deeply thankful for it. And at least right now, I don't have much to offer. And even if I could keep Millennium Falcon, I would actually offer you guys Millennium Falcon. I've been lending out Millennium Falcon to some of my followers for free. It was Lisa Williams. She's a long-time patron. I've seen it that she actually gives me good support via Patreon. So when she went to Norway, I said, borrow Millennium Falcon for free. She went to, I don't remember. She went all over Norway. I wonder if she went to Norcape. Yeah, her and her husband enjoy Millennium Falcon. I didn't want any money because, like I said, you know, it's based on unconditional love. Like, they support me on Patreon, but they don't ask anything in return. And then when they came to Norway, I had the opportunity to give something back. But I can't promise anything, you know. Millennium Falcon is just one car. I don't have a fleet of clone Millennium Falcons, but if there would be something I would do it in return, I will do it. And same thing, I can mention it, by the way, yeah, I borrow some. There was a doctor friend I have, a very nice doctor. He lent me the i3, the one that had the charge, the 44 kilowatt hour i3 with the custom license plate charge, and he also lent me the fat Taycan. That was also from him, and also the fat e-tron. Yeah, I did 1,000 kilometer challenge with it, also with the fat Taycan. So he's super nice, and he's so sporty that he can lend me his expensive car and let me do range test and 1,000 kilometer challenge. He said, yeah, you need to support Teslabjorn. So this summer, he asked me, actually no, I saw this by coincidence. He posted on the e-tron group in Norway asking about some tip about going on road trip with his i3. I was like, huh? Wait, what happened to your fat Taycan? And he sold it. Yeah, it was smart for him to sell it. He actually sold it more or less for the same price he bought it for. But yeah, so he wanted to go on a road trip. Him, his wife, and the 2 kids in an i3 going to Germany. I was like, holy macaroni with i3, man. If you run the air conditioning during charging, your i3 is gonna have rapid gate. So I said to him, you know what, do you want to borrow Millennium Falcon? He was like, huh, are you for real? I said, yeah. And he was, are you sure? I said, yeah, just go ahead. I mean, I have Marcus Beale's cars, I have Frankenstein, I'm fine, you know, don't worry. And he was super happy. He was like, holy shit, he could drive the Legend. They drove over. Fortunately, nothing happened with the Millennium Falcon during the trip. I was like, please don't break down, please don't break down. It was awesome. He messaged me and said that he was super impressed that the car has done so many kilometers and it still works so smoothly. I said, well, it's because Nasir changed pretty much the whole undercarriage. No, but that means that if you maintain a car for a long time, they will last forever. You know, some people say, oh, but electric cars, they will eventually die. No, but Millennium Falcon, he has roughly 12% battery degradation. He can drive far, he's no problem. He charges a little bit slow, but there is actually a possibility to even upgrade Millennium Falcon's battery. It will cost you a little bit, yeah, but eventually, you know, a fossil engine also has a lifetime, and eventually you need to replace the whole engine, which costs at least 1 testicle and 1 kidney. I don't need my testicles anymore. 2 babies are enough, yeah, you know. So yeah, you can do that, and then suddenly you get the power back in Millennium Falcon. You can charge way faster, and you have more range, right? So those electric cars, they can actually live forever as long as you maintain them. And I think by the end of the day, the total cost of ownership on electric cars should even be lower than fossil cars. They should be, yeah. But I don't have any good things to prove it. But so yeah, this video has kind of slipped to be a little bit of everything. It started with paid content and it ended up with this one. But yeah, I mean, okay, back to the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, if I wish I could pay back, because I actually had this idea for the longest time. I would offer Millennium Falcon to my patrons, but my concern is that if it gets in an accident, then what? Or if it breaks down somewhere in Tromsø, right? Then what? Yeah, I don't know, man. But I would love to lend out Millennium Falcon. I could handpick someone, and you can enjoy Norway. But but then I also need Millennium Falcon for my yeah, because eventually if I move to Jessheim, then I need something with more range than Frankenstein. But supposedly Markus Biel, he got my back. Like many years ago when I was stuck with a Fiat 500e, I think back then Markus Biel was not that big and he didn't have that many cars, and I think back then Model 3 was even not out yet. So then I was stuck with a Fiat for the longest time. And that was actually when Tesla was sitting on Optimus for the longest time. They tried to fix it after my off-road adventure, some shit, and I didn't get a loaner. So yeah, long story short, but at least now, supposedly from Markus' words, my big friend, big supporter, is that he got my back. He will provide a car for me so that I don't have to drive around with that Frankenstein in winter. So at least if I can get some Model 3 SR Plus, then we are good, yeah. But yeah, so a little bit of everything, man. A little bit of life update, everything, and I will, as normal, do my best. And yeah, when I need to, I will work hard to make good videos. And again, this is my own word, or I mean, based on what I heard, I think my channel is not like other channels. Other channels, people have been talking about this. They mentioned some other big YouTube channels, and they say, "Oh, that channel is paid content." You know, when you watch those so-called reviews, you know, you can see that is paid content. And some people in the live stream are also complaining about that. When they watched some of the Highland videos, they felt like that it didn't give them much info. It was more or less like they were just reading off the press release. You know, but at least for my video, I try to go deeper. I always go deep. That's how wifey got pregnant. No, but I always try to find answers, right, to things like what do people want to know? What do I want to know about that? And then do actual test or try to figure out something beyond the press release. Yeah. And then about other tests I do, you know. So hopefully I will still be able to be recognized as an independent reviewer who doesn't have any biased stuff. Speaking of bias, by the way, the damage has already been done because I participated in Tesla referral program, and then because I was given some cars for free, it has been burned into the history books that Teslabjorn was paid by Tesla. He's Tesla biased. Every time I praise Tesla for being awesome and they kick ass for the Lord, there's always the haters out there who tell me that, who will just comment that, no, but Teslabjorn, he's biased. When I was complaining about that CarWow did not make a fair braking test of the Model Y. There's a Model Y, by the way. The Model Y braking test, it was not fair because they use winter tires on the Model Y and they use summer tires on the fossil cars. People were laughing. They were like, "Yeah, Bjørn, what you're trying to make excuse because Tesla lost?" No, I was being fair. I was applying science and common sense to the test that was not conducted properly, you know. But because Tesla gave me a car, then I will always lose credibility in that regard. And that means that when we go back to that initial 17,000 euro I could have taken, if I join that team and if my videos gets out via that brand, it might also be burned in forever that Teslabjorn, or Bjørn Nyland rather, is also whatever other Bjørn, right? Bjørn or whatever, right? Yeah. So what do you guys think? Should I take the money next time? If I'm offered money for a podcast, or should I charge for podcast? Should I charge for being on stage on some event? What about creating video for another brand they can promote? Yeah. Or what about sponsors I have? What about sponsored content? You know, I need to make my money so I can grow my empire. No, I'm just kidding. But I actually, now that I'm a daddy, I suddenly feel that I have yet another mission. The mission so far has been to make videos, have fun, and spread information about electric mobility. But also, suddenly my mission is to take care of well, my wife. But that has also been the mission also. But take care of my wife, but also take care of my baby, my Isabel. Yeah. But also, you know, it's the little things that count. You know, like you guys donated 5 euros, some of them. Some people donated 5 euros. And to me, that I'm super happy that you donated 5 euros. But I'm also super happy if you donate 100 euros. But every little thing counts. And actually, we can say the same thing about the environment and electric mobility. That you can drive electric, which saves, you can say, but driving electric doesn't save the planet. Well, it might not save the planet, but it makes it a little bit better for the guys behind you. For example, I have an Audi fossil behind me. I'm not polluting, you know, and we are driving an efficient car, and you have the possibility to put solar panels on the roof, and then it becomes even better. You're not dependent on fossil energy, for example, in your country. But it goes beyond that one. You can, like, it doesn't have to be only on the electric part. You know, you can, when you have a bottle, you can recycle the bottle. You can avoid littering. You can actually, when you have garbage, you can split the garbage into plastic and paper. You can do those little things for the environment, right? And you can, of course, bitch about it when people litter, because I hate littering. I care about the environment. Yeah, it sounds great. Bjørn, you're trying to get off your high horse. No, but I do care about the environment. And maybe by driving electric, it made me more aware of my environment. And yeah, I'm not sure. But same thing, you know, I mean, for the longest time, like, it was actually in Østerdalen here that many years ago in the BMW 5 Series, I crashed into a hare, a hare, a bunny. It was a big one. It damaged my car. And, you know, back then, that was over 10 years ago, it was 15 years ago. I was thinking, oh, man, stupid animal. No, it wasn't the animal's fault. It was my fault. I drove actually too fast. I think I was cruising around 95 kilometers per hour in the 90 zone in winter. And the bunny could not react in time, because a vehicle traveling that fast is not natural in its natural environment. So then, of course, it couldn't avoid me in time. So I killed the animal. It was my fault. Yeah. So I actually get upset when there's some post about some animals. I mean, some cars has been, you crashed into a deer or something, or a moose, and then some people say, a stupid deer, you know, you should just take that deer and then chop it into pieces and show it to the rest of the family how stupid that deer was. I was like, are you serious? Like, how cruel can people be? it's our fault that we didn't secure the road. It's our fault that we didn't brake in time, or you know, or, I don't know. I mean, either way, okay, the animals are super fast in the road, and many times you can't react in time. But what could we have done? We could have put up fences. They have that, you know, in Germany. They have fences on the autobahn to protect yeah, and you can have those wild crossings. But it is our responsibility to not cause damage to the environment. It goes for polluting, it goes for littering, and also hitting animals. Because remember that the animal is not crossing the road. We are crossing the animal's habitat with the road we made. And we share the planet with everyone. I mean, it sounds freaking cliche right now. I know, okay, I'm gonna stop it, but that is actually the truth. I just have to deliver it to you guys. Yeah. But okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop now. The speech is way too long. But hopefully you enjoyed the drive and the speech and the view. And then we'll talk again. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.